Abusuafo ne tiefo ye mo bibia akwa babim edo ba for 1 gig eye parliament asai shi pa jesenya asem ketua confusion kakraka na esi wo parliament amate sei no eye Felix Ofous kwache na esi ono aba bontin nsemo de go no e de fa eye Ablekuma eye North eye we run e course ma violence na eye esi no eno aba bontin de nsemi go achesa no shi pa no say a party full of eye violence more bazama be seeking for justice. Like more the heading, mon country. Ama the same guasi on the ama MPP amanu kono, any akofado, any Afenyo mark non per parliament no, and yasam getwa. Every core incident is see or a year 2020 election and 2024 election, the violence that went on our mind, ye be beyond from ama and almost violence, almost justice no, and one year pa, coming good tea fire was a fire, but.
Where they barged in and freed their colleagues standing trial amounted to terrorism. Mr. Speaker, terrorism is simply the use of violence to achieve political ends. Mr. Speaker, what is most worrying is that anytime those thugs got into trouble, it was officials of the New Patriotic Party who went to their aid. Shut up. Mr. Speaker, at the time, nobody on their side read a statement here that we should condemn those actions. Mr. Speaker, whereas I sympathize with what Honorable Ayawaso went through, and there's no way I will condone that kind of conduct. She herself has been historically involved in acts that pass for violence during elections. Mr. Speaker, she admitted publicly to firing guns at polling stations during the 2020 limited registration exercise. Mr. Speaker, we know that there are members of the NDC who today have been maimed. Some have actually lost their lives out of violence that she is believed to have instigated. Mr. Speaker, when you do these things, you call violence upon yourself. So, Mr. Speaker, I agree in principle that firm action has to be taken to stamp out this specter of violence that has characterized almost every by-election in our country. But let not those who in the recent past were sponsoring these acts of terrorism against opponents suddenly pretend that they are against it. They are not, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in all the 8 years that they remained in power, what concrete action did they take in the many acts of violence that took place? Mr. Speaker, there is a commission of inquiries report which identifies individuals who are no members of their party and says they should be sanctioned for the wrongs that they did. Mr. Speaker, the Newz committee identified specific individuals for prosecution. No sooner had that report come out than their government issued a white paper insisting that those gentlemen engaged in those acts of terrorism because they were provoked. Mr. Speaker, a party that endorsed violence during elections cannot come today and call for investigations into acts of violence. It is those of us who condemned it in the past and are condemning it today who have the right to make such a call. So, Mr. Speaker, even in the wake of the events at Ablekuma-North, their officials are on record to have vowed that there will be violence at Akwetia. Even as they call for action to be taken, they are threatening violence. Indeed, we all recall that it was in 2012 that then candidate Akufo-Addo openly praised the use of violence as a political tool when he said, Mr. Speaker, the same Nana Akufo-Addo is on record to have said, all die be die. Mr. Speaker, Honorable candidate Japan went on public radio Honorable Kennedy Japon went on public radio and called on accounts to attack gas. Mr. Speaker, when he was prosecuted and released by a court, they carried him shoulder high and poured powder on him to celebrate those comments. People with this kind of record cannot possibly purport today to be opposed to terrorism and acts of violence. So, Mr. Speaker, let us have a discussion about sanitizing our politics. But let us eschew insincerity and duplicity in the discourse. Yes, Mr. Speaker, let us take firm action against those who threaten violence at elections. But let us not accept hypocrisy. Let us not accept the politics of convenience. That today it is
Honorable member, your time is up.
Hell must break loose. Mr. Speaker, I am for strengthening the laws against electoral violence. Let the law take its full course.
Honorable,
no matter who
your time is up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I recall that in the early 2000s, I first set foot in this house to look for then minority leader, Honorable Abambagbi, who now is the Speaker of this House. Mr. Speaker, he gave me a copy of Jeffrey Bing's seminal work, Reap the Whirlwind. Little did I know that that title was actually a famous biblical verse, which says that you have sowed the wind and you shall reap the whirlwind. Mr. Speaker, let me place it on record.
Go to Josiah.
Let me place it on record. I was a student at KNUST. Yes. I was a student at KNUST.
Honorable
I was a TAIN executive. But Mr. Speaker,
you are not supposed to answer anybody.
Well, it was
Honorable
just,
members,
it was just by
let's
the way.
listen to each
Mr.
other
Speaker,
in silence.
A critical test must be had on anything that members of the new patriotic party say in respect of this particular incident. And it is a test of sincerity. Mr. Speaker, if we carry out a cursory examination of the positions taken by our friends sitting on the other side on the many acts of impunity and raw terrorism which occurred between 2017 and 2024, very few or none of them would have been heard condemning those incidents. Mr. Speaker, no sooner had they come into power than they form groups with blood-curdling names, such as Invisible Forces, Delta Forces, and what have you. Mr. Speaker, we witnessed a situation where in 2019, during the Ayawaso West Ogun by-election, state-sponsored tax.
Yes, I recognize honorable minority.
Speaker, my colleague, I tried to listen to him carefully. Speaker, I'm relying on Order 93.5. I said 93.5. And then, Speaker, further relying on Order 1232. Speaker, words, terrorism, he used the word terrorism. And Speaker, 93.5 is not supposed to provoke debate. Speaker, he could proceed with his submission, but I implore you to impress upon him to withdraw the word terrorism, because it is totally unparliamentary.
And we have to point it out. I find a way of doing that. And I don't want us to encourage a practice of intimidating first-timers. The rules are clear, not to provoke debate. The mention of a word, terrorism, how does that provoke debate? Mr. Speaker, the issue of terrorism, in electoral campaigning engaged this House to a point where we had to enact a legislation. We enacted a legislation on the matter. So when he's given a historical account, and simply refers to the word terrorism, how does that provoke debate? It doesn't provoke debate. So I urge you, Mr. Speaker, let the contributions continue.
Honourable member, please continue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is no doubt that what the thugs associated with the MPP did in Ayawaso West Wagon and in places like the Kumasi courts.
Ayawaso West Wagon, we witnessed even our own colleague, Honorable Sam George of all people. He was beaten. He received the worst slap that anybody could have thought of. And up till date, we haven't heard anything about it. Those whose legs were broken, today they have become vegetables of human beings. They are just there. They are just living and waiting for others to give them to feed. We haven't heard anything. No statement. Nobody has said anything. It looked like it was just some flies that fell somewhere. Mr. Speaker, we cannot forget about Ewutu Senya. We can't forget about what happened there.
Abusuafo na tifo ni akohu da incident na enye de na enya asem getwa amazi si no animguase a eye falesofo so kwache e de amomo chese mo eni kwanse nka musiki for any justice for eye incident na si wo eye Ablekuma-Felix no because concern about Ayawaso West go no niema esisi wo na enye de na enya asem getwa no Mamba bontin mo set committee bi se bia mo ba bene mo ba be investigate that niema na konso Ayawaso West go no nipa wotwe no then time na vice president no then Maudu Baumia no ono na police ono chairman police no ono na ma bontin ma investigate one set committee bi aso mo investigate but Ablekuma-Felix na hawa committee obi chef head no eno de omonya de omkona mko investigate so ono mom de enko investigate but omom wuyi na nipa ngotwe de when the mo be investigate ade a okay pa ni tine na we hemfa eno na ma Felix for so kwajan de amba bontin no say time creating invisible forces time creating data forces ma bontin ama mekashi ni Sam George ni Papa Nasum ma bontin mekashi who MP then time no MP ye bono Nyanzo so tamana momontes within 8 years no mo answer the committee bia so mo no mye de mo hwehwe Sam George asem no some say how commission oye MP oye former MP nipa mu ye current MP but e hwe na so mama bontia mekashi etu ahodo okototo ya okwa Adom TV and Adom FM has tend to be corrected. I can't say it to no one at toy or admit it on a trip at all to all there or the born over. And some more kind as a man, I'm mobile bontin bekind. Mama bontia mekashi. So when the young guys is preach violence and we don't support what went on Ablekuma and we condemn or do say violence no. But then they go fast and name we in by and what even came into our commission's mind say on for perpetuation and no be a year back obi and bound perpetuation guneni. And when I'm for so quantity our bontin the name was see the amma a year Afenyo mark is another penny and California including a Akofo don't have a commission and gasemu. I saw the a year near the beer a dear that 2 years. Go near my barb think can he name the India more yes I name away. I might say first of all to quite a barb went a big canadian patches and yassing the tour. Tell your comments at the bit him so I shall more down for singing me. I have one Acroma.